Hey everyone, good evening, good to be here again. Hope everyone's holding up okay. I've switched things around today a little bit in terms of where the camera's at, so I might be looking a bit weird, but I'll try and get there, and I hope that is sound. Let me check this. While I'm doing the check, if you come on live, while I'm here, say hello. Tell me where you're listening from. Tell me what you're up to. There's a lot happening, isn't there? So let me see. Are we live here? Let's give that a second. Okay. So I think it's come up. And let me share this. Yeah, say hi when you come on. Let me know you're here. Okay, let's see. Cool. I think that should be sharing now. Awesome. I didn't even do the sound check. That's what I was meant to be doing. Okay. I think we have sound. Okay, yeah, so if you are new here, this is Trust and Money TV. I'm here every Wednesday and I talk about money, personal finances, in my role as being a budget coach to women who need support with managing their money, and I do that through budgeting. I take them through a budgeting program which I'm putting together. Actually does open in April, and I take them right from the start to finish over 12 weeks, having them feel comfortable about their money. So little spill there. So my name is Trust, and what I wanted to talk about today is just with everything that's going on, how to make your money work for you during this time. I know that here in the UK, it was just announced today that schools are closing. So that would mean, more parents that need to stay at home, potentially jobs at risk, potentially reduced income, and just some suggestions that either I have completed myself or in the process of doing, just to make some sense of it all from a financial point of view, and maybe something positive can come out of it as well. Say hi when you come on. Okay, so the first tip I'm going to share is not even anything to do with money. It's stay away from the panic, from the headlines. It looks like all of the media outlets, they are sort of trying to outdo themselves in terms of who can have the most attention grabbing headline, the who can use the most the strongest words to evoke an emotion. And I know that I have fallen for that over the last 2 weeks. I have had moments where in my attempt to keep on top of what's happening, I've caught myself sort of being dragged into that, and that hasn't felt good. Because actually, when you break it down, I think what you need what are the facts? The facts from a reputable source of what's happening, and secondly, what action you need to take. That's all you need, action based on the facts. And so let's go back to that. Let's focus on what the facts are, what action we need to take, either to help ourselves as well as the people around us. And that's all, not any of the rest of the stuff. Okay. The second one, which sort of leads on from that as well, is the people around you, and not necessarily physically, but because we know we're all meant to be keeping physical distance now. But the people that you're listening to, it's time to tune in as well to people who don't have an all doom and gloom attitude about it. You need people around you as well that are going to help you sort of find something positive, because there are good things happening. I have seen so many posts today of people, offering to help, so much kindness, so much offer of people offering to talk to people either online. I think, Claire, you're watching as well. I think you're one of those that has done this today. So there's a lot of good stuff that's happening as well. So you need people around you that are going to help you focus on that as well, see that that's happening. Because here's the thing, when you're operating from a place of fear and panic, first of all, that's not good for your health. Secondly, you're not likely to make the best decisions in that sort of frame of mind. That's where people start acting in ways that clearly haven't been thought through and not the best for them. And certainly from a money point of view, which is sort of where I come in, you're not going to be making the best decisions for your money. So the whole panic buying culture, those are people that probably they don't actually have that amount of money to spend on. How many people are going into debt to panic buy items that they don't necessarily need? And it's impacting not just themselves, but then the other people who can't find things to buy. So we need to be, not coming from a place of fear and panic, but focusing on the facts and taking action based on that. So those were the first two things that I want to talk about. And then sort of jumping into sort of the more money-focused items. So now is a good time to assess where you're at financially, your net worth. That is, what do you own versus what do you owe? Now, this is the sort of thing that maybe you've never thought of doing before, or you've thought about it, but you've never had time. If you're going to be spending time at home over the next few weeks, now's probably a good time to take stock of that. So things you own, do you own a house, a car? I'm talking about things you own outright, not things that you owe for, because that would count as debt. Things you own, what is your net worth? Because that's going to determine what sort of actions you want to take over the next few months. This is something that I've been doing myself in the last week. Cavell's still off, so some noise in the background there. But yeah, now is a good time to do that and really get a good sense of where you're at financially to help you determine what you want to do next. So get all your credit cards, all the different things that you own or you owe, take some time, as you're going to have some time at home to sit down and look through it. I need to look at the camera. Okay. The next thing on my list is reassess the habits that you've gotten into paying for. So I'm talking about things like perhaps subscriptions that you've been meaning to cancel, but you've never had a chance to do it. Or other things that, taking a small amount of money from your bank account month to month that you've not had time to really look at. Now's a good time to look at that and see whether there's any money somewhere you can free up for something that you're not really using, that you don't really need. You've just not had a chance to take care of it. Now's a good time to sit down and take care of stuff like that. Have a good look and reassess things. If you've been meaning to cancel something, get it done. The next suggestion that I have to make is, so if you are someone that is now able to work from home, fantastic. You would still have the time that you would have spent commuting. Of course, if you have kids like I do and they don't care about your time frame, but either way, there will be some time in there to start looking at, considering what's happened. Are there other income streams that you've been meaning to look at, but you've not had a chance to do it? So 2 weeks ago, I made a video about passive income streams. Some of those on there were things that did not involve a direct exchange of time for money, are things that can be done completely online. Are there skills that you have, things that you know that someone would really benefit from knowing, that you could put a course together for them to teach them that, or you could write a book about and self-publish. Yes, you can self-publish now completely online. So now's the time to have a good think, because this has happened now. Once it's happened once, it could possibly happen again. And online is increasingly being where it's at in terms of being able to make an income. And all of us, I don't care who you are, all of us know something, are good at something that someone else would benefit from knowing. Even if it's something that you're physically doing, you can teach someone how to do it. And that could be a source of income for you that can be there and be something good that comes out of this time that is completely crazy and full of panic. So that's the next item on my list. And then the last thing I want to talk about, which is something that I bang on about all the time. But if you've never had a spending plan, now is literally the time to have one. You need to tell your money where you want it to go. Especially right now, if things are uncertain, if you're going to have less than you normally would, you can't afford not to tell your money where to go and put it where you want it to go, because it will find a way to fly out the window, and you would be shooting yourself in the foot if you don't have a plan together. Spending plan, a budget, whatever you want to call it. Now is the time to have one and put one together. You need to give every pound a job. Give it something to do, something that's going to be beneficial for you. If you don't know how to do one, if you've never done one before, I have a full training that I've recorded. I can have that to you completely free. Just message me, tell me that you want that. I will send you a link to access that and listen to it completely free. That's my good to you. The other offer I have put out there, if you are someone that's worrying about this and you wanted to, have someone talk through it, I put a post up yesterday that I'm opening my calendar up until the end of March to speak to as many women as could do with my help, just to run through their finances and see whether there's anything there that can switch around, just someone to take a once over at it. The calendar is still open. Again, reach out to me. I'll send you a link to my calendar and you can book yourself a slot on there. But that was the things that I wanted to talk about. So one, stay away from the panic. Just focus on the facts and the actions. Watch your surroundings, the people that you're listening to. You want people around you that can see some element of good and not just the doom and gloom. Reviewing your net worth and seeing where you're at. That was the next one. Reassessing your habits, any things that you've gotten into the habit of paying for that you've been meaning to cancel but not got round to it. Now's a good time to do that. Look at income streams, passive income streams that you can take advantage of now. A lot of them being online or being passive, that doesn't involve an exchange of time for money. So bulletproof yourself against things like this happening again. And finally, get yourself a spending plan. So I think that was everything. Thanks for listening. If you hear anything here that was beneficial, comment, let me know how you're doing as well. But yes, that was it. Bye everyone. Thank you. Speak to you soon.